In the last video, we looked at the payback period. I just wanted to do a brief video on a nuance, so to speak, of the payback period, which is the discounted payback period. So the discounted payback period is basically the same as the payback period, except for one modification. We do account for discounted cash flows. How do we do that? We just discount the cash flows. You go back to my time value of money videos, and these were the undiscounted cash flows in Project A. These were the undiscounted cash flows in Project B. And then we just pick a discount rate, which is, again, I'll refer you to the weighted average cost of capital videos. And by discounting it back using time value of money, right, 6,000 discounted at 17% for 1 year is 5,128. 4,000 discounted at 17% in the second year is 2,922. 3,000 discounted by 17% in the third year would be 1,873. What I would ask you to do, if you're following along, is work these numbers out yourself. Go to Excel, go to present value, and plug in 6,000. Plug in 17% as your rate, right? Put in the year 1, in this case for the period, and you should get 5,128. In this case, plug in 4,000 as the future value. I'm saying these should be future values. The number of periods should be in the year. The rate should be 17%, and your present value should become 2,922. Or in other words, $4,000 discounted at 17% for 2 years would be 2,922, and 2,922 compounded at 17% for 2 years, compounded interest on interest, would be $4,000. I mean the same thing here. And once you've done that, right, then you're going to get a cumulative, you're going to start with 10,000, you're going to reduce it by 5,128, and that's going to be your new cash flow. And then you're going to reduce that by 2,922, and you can work this number out yourself. It'll be 19,550, and so on and so forth. So your break even would occur somewhere here in year 3. You wouldn't need all of year 3. You would need some of year 3. And in this case, your break even, the first year you would reduce it by 5,767. In the second year you would still be negative 20, so you wouldn't break even for a while. But by doing the discounted cash flows and then doing the cumulative cash flows, you start to see where your break even occurs. Your break even in this case would occur somewhere in year 3. So all we did was we took the payback period, we used the discount rate, and rather than just do flat out returns, which don't account for the cost of capital, now we've accounted for the cost of capital, and we've made this a little more sophisticated. Let's just keep in mind that the original concept of the payback period is to make it simple and use a rule of thumb. So this really does kind of gild the lily, so to speak, because if you're going to do this much work, then you might as well do net present value. But it's a way for you to show the effect of discounting to somebody who only wants to hear about payback period. Right? If you're working at a firm where that's all they want to hear about, but that's the way they've done it for a long time, where you could work this in to make it a little more sophisticated. So that's it for this one. Our next one will be internal rate of return.